Are they sure that the blood's Michael's?
Yes. But the sample is relatively small, so it could have come from a cut or a scrape. But there's also a chance that the shot Sonny heard over the phone was real, and Faith fired at Michael.
What do you got?
Just got an update on the tire tracks. They're fairly new Perry 352 radials, which is a brand most commonly used in fleet or rental cars. So I've got my people working on it now, identifying and looking for cars with Perry tires that have recently been rented or sold.
What about the shovel?
Faith's fingerprints are on the shovel. That's why she was covered in mud.
Faith must have been digging in the swamp.
Well, I told the sheriff to bring out the search dogs.
I know it's hard to sit and wait, but I am sure that we're gonna hear good news soon. They're gonna find that car, and they're gonna find the kids. All three of them, Jason. Look, I know you're worried about the shovel, but just because Faith was digging, it doesn't mean that the kids aren't gonna be all right.
You're right. You're right, it could be anything.
Look, I know this sounds silly, but I really believe in positive thinking. There have been times when I've been in an impossible situation, and I would tell myself over and over again that everything would be all right, and I'd get out of it, and I did. So maybe if you just kept telling yourself that Michael was gonna be okay and stop focusing on the worst, just think about Michael. Jason, think about what an amazing, strong kid he is. Just tell yourself he's gonna be okay.
Give me that.
Is this all you found?
Yes, ma'am.
It's not a grave. It's a hole in the ground.
Whoever dug that hole intended to bury someone or something.
We don't know what the hole is
Faith's
for.
fingerprints were on the shovel.
So what? We know she plays games. My son's not here. He's alive. Tell him that this isn't the
Faith
grave.
was out here for a reason.
So what does that mean? We can't be guessing about what's going on here. Faith's a psychopath, all right? We don't know what she's gonna do next. My son is still alive. You think Faith was digging this grave for Michael, and when she heard the cops, she stopped? And she threw his body in the swamp?
That's not what Jason
That's
said,
what he
Sonny.
believes!
Look, the cops and the feds are still looking, Sonny.
For how long, Jason? Until they decide that he can't be found because his body's at the bottom of a swamp?
No, Sonny, we're not giving up.
Michael's alive! But if you don't believe it, and you don't believe it, and the sheriffs don't believe it, they're not gonna search for my son as hard as they should.
Sonny.
Every second counts now. This is urgent.
We're aware of that,
Yeah, well,
okay?
then somebody's gotta do something about it. You know Michael better than anybody. He's a fighter. He doesn't give up. He's not gone. He's not dead. Say it, Jason. He's alive. You're wrong. Michael's out there somewhere fighting for his life, and he's gonna keep on fighting until we bring him home.
Any idea who turned it in?
That plane cannot take off. Okay. 2 small children are scheduled to fly under the supervision of an airline escort to an adoptive family in Arizona.
Any description of the kids?
Not yet.
Let's go.
Jason, do you want to go?
No,
This could be good news,
Reese.
right?
said 2 children, not 3. When Michael was born, He had a serious heart defect. He was just so small and pale and sick. I could see him struggling for every breath. He was so determined to stay alive.
Did they operate on his heart?
Yeah, he wasn't even 12 hours old. And then it was another 2 weeks before they let me hold him. But when I did, I promised I'd never let anything happen to him.